Oh my God. Welcome, not to the jungle, but to Root for Sports Podcast. That's where we're at. I got my man RW the Third back in action for segment 2 of this edition on this Thursday evening, Thursdays with the Third. What's happening?
I just want to clear something up real quick.
Of course.
I know you stumped me with my asking me my Twitter name. I'm sorry about that, everyone.
Yeah, I know. It was a very hard question.
It was very tough. At RKWIII. So anyone cares, there it is.
Well, we all care. Everybody cares very much. Trust me. I've taken a poll already, and people do care. Trust me. All right. You know what else people care about, bro?
What?
NBA. I care a lot. I care that the Knicks are doing well. That's a beautiful thing, and it's also coming like out of nowhere. It seems like it's addition by subtraction over there. You lose some of your best players. Amari goes out for a while. Melo goes out for a while. Lin goes out for a while. You have your coach replaced, and then they win. It's just amazing how they turn it on when it seems like all the chips are down. But that's what they're doing, man, and they're rolling.
There's a lot of highs and lows for a Knicks fan, right? Like,
I'm telling you, it's an emotional roller
losing
coaster.
streaks, long winning streaks, Lin's sanity, coaches getting fired. Now they're back to winning 7 out of 8. Like, it's a fun. It's not that fun actually for a Knicks fan.
No.
The goods are good and the bads are bad. So right now they're in the good, and we'll see where it goes from there.
Yeah, it's heart attack city is what it is right now. Yeah, things are great, and they're even in position right now to actually move up and to take over first place in their division, which is insane because the 76ers have been playing terrible, as you know. And the Celtics, yeah, they're hanging around. You know, they're a couple of games better than the Knicks are, but there is a little bit of time left. I think we got maybe 14, 15 games left in this shortened regular season.
And when you get first in your division, even if your record isn't as good, I believe you get the home series, so that'd be great.
Right. And I don't like that. I mean, you know, I guess you should be rewarded for winning your division in some way, but, you know, that's another story altogether. The Heat right now are behind the Bulls. The Bulls amaze me, I swear. I'm just without Derrick Rose, how they win all the time. And
are they better without Rose? Like, it's a weird thing going on over there.
It's funny. It's like, you know what? Everybody's trying to get superstars on every team, but it seems like every time a superstar goes out, the team ends up playing better.
I think the thing with Chicago is that the defense never stops.
Right.
So
right.
If you have that as your foundation, and you just need, you got guys that are going to do what they do. They're going to get their 10 and 10s, and if you get 1 or 2 guys to score 20 with your defense, then you win a lot of games.
Right. No, that's how it works. Defense definitely wins. The Celtics displayed that. The Lakers were winning. They were at their best when they were playing defense. So there's no question. Defense definitely wins. And hey, the Heat play great defense, and that's what's going to keep them around, but they've been slumping a little bit, and they're going to definitely finish behind Chicago. Chicago's actually already clinched a playoff spot, which is unbelievable.
I saw that. That was weird.
I mean, that's crazy.
Their defense, their defense is always solid, except for the Oklahoma City game, and I just hope that Oklahoma City game wasn't a message that's like, hey, we are ready now. Meaning Oklahoma City, like, you guys need your championships, but we are here to stop you from getting them.
Well, that's what it was. I'm telling you. I mean, that was my NBA Finals preview, and the Thunder put it on, and they brought the Thunder and the Lightning that night.
They put it on them, but the Heat are really good at home, so we'll see. They're playing again, I believe, next Wednesday.
Right.
We'll really see them, but yeah, the Heat have lost 2 in a row, so, of course, tragedy down here, a lot of talk on the radio about how it's over and how it's not. This team isn't going to work, so you hear all that, but hey, tonight we played Dallas, and we beat them, and it's back on, so.
That's how it works, you always remember by your last game, basically, so we'll see how it goes with them. Out west, I don't know, I guess a different story over there. The Lakers, who I thought were turning the corner, and, with healthy Bynum and, Gasol not being traded and obviously having Kobe Bryant, that they were going to take a turn for the better, but I don't know, it looks like things are headed downhill over there, especially with their coach. What's going on?
It makes no sense, because they've been one of the best teams, like, since the All-Star break and over the last couple of weeks, and it's just like they just want to do anything they can to not coexist with Mike Brown, and I don't really understand it. Like, I think Kobe handled what happened with him a lot better than what Bynum did.
Oh, no doubt.
Laughing in the press conference, saying he's going to shoot threes. Like, what is the purpose? What is the purpose of saying that? Just to cause trouble? You're third in the West. Like, you have a legitimate chance. Why are you starting all this trouble?
You know why he's starting it, bro? You know why? Because he's a kid.
Yeah,
you forget these guys are in their early 20s.
Right? Still a kid.
Yeah, they're just, they may play professional basketball and they have professional jobs and making millions of dollars, but they're still just young kids at the end of the day. I remember when I was 23, I was a loose cannon.
Same thing with Dwight Howard. He's a kid too. He's doing the same thing. He comes out talking about all the loyalty and everything, and then last night or the night before he's not with the team in the timeouts, and it's just acting like basically you're pouting like a child.
You know what? That was a bad scene because you're just talking about a couple of weeks ago where his decision was to stay with the Orlando Magic at least up until next season or the beginning of next season. We'll see. But and then he's sitting there on the sideline, off away from the huddle with Jameer Nelson. And that's just weird, Where's the respect for your coach, your teammates? What's up with that?
I love that Van Gundy got on him because he has to be impartial because he's a broadcaster, but that's his brother,
Right. Yeah, I know. You got to get some blood involved there too.
And he wasn't having it. He was not going to let him get off the hook for that.
And he shouldn't, especially all that's been going on the past couple of weeks. There's no doubt about it. But, all right, still, San Antonio, surprisingly, they're a very good team. They're sitting at the second spot in the Western Conference. The Clippers still at fourth, but they've been on the downslide a little bit. Mavericks been playing a little bit better, but San Antonio still baffles me. They've won 6 in a row. They're 9 out of their last 10. They just keep winning with old players and this old coach who's unbelievable and so underrated.
He's one of the best, right?
Greg Popovich is how did they do this?
I don't know. Tim Duncan and Tony Parker just being professionals and just playing solid. Not Tim Duncan is nowhere near what he was, but he just gives you a solid effort every night. And I love that they got Steven Jackson back, give him a little edge off the bench. So, anyone else, the West to me is real wide open. The East is still the top 2 teams. I'm not believing in the Knicks just yet, but the West, I could see at least 3 or 4 different teams coming out of there. I wouldn't even be surprised if the Lakers came out of there and then Kobe still forced Mike Brown to get fired.
I'm with you. Mike Brown, to me, I'm telling you right now, he is not going to be the coach of this team next year. There's no way. He's already lost the team if he ever even had them to begin with. You can't come around in there stomping your foot and raising your fist when you have no credibility at all. You had LeBron James for 7 years and you have no rings to show for it. You're walking into a locker room filled with players who got championship rings all over their hands. You don't do stuff like that. If you have to address something, you don't call out somebody who in Andrew Bynum has got some obviously, young kid mental issues. You don't do that on the court where he's going to backlash. He's going about it the wrong way, bud.
Well, he also, it's interesting you say that now because when he first came on, didn't he say something like, I'm just happy Kobe's allowing me to coach him? So your first thing you say, you already are not in an authoritative position. So how does the team even respect a guy who says that? You don't come in, like you said, you don't have to come in like guns blazing, but you're the coach. You're not happy that anyone lets you do anything. So maybe right from then, players looked at him sideways,
Very possible. That's very possible. Whatever it is, it definitely isn't working out over there between player and coach relationship. So I think he's gone. Who do they bring in? I don't know. That's a story for another day. We'll see. But if they can keep it together collectively as a team this year, they can definitely win because, we're talking Bynum, Gasol, and Kobe. That's the 3 as good of players as you're going to find.
And who did they get? Sessions? Is that the point guard?
Yeah, Sessions. That's who they got. Very athletic point guard.
They've had that, just a borderline, corpse running the point for them for the last couple years. So having a young point guard really helped them. That's why I don't understand why there's so much drama. They should be happy. They're playing good. They're in a good spot. So there must just be serious personality issues.
Hey, you know what? Maybe there's a correlation there, though, because no Derrick Fisher, he's gone. Now all these things are starting to happen where Mike Brown is becoming more of authority. Maybe he's taking Derrick Fisher's role, which is kind of strange.
I just think it's funny that Kobe gets a young point guard who's playing good, and you read today that he's trying to get Fisher and Odom back next year. It's like, I can understand Odom, but Fisher, it's time to move on.
Fisher's done. I think he's wearing number 37 on his jersey because that's how old he is. Probably, at least.
Yeah, that is what he did. That's his new thing.
All right, that's his new thing. And then I don't want to see 38 next year. It's an ugly number. It's an ugly age to be playing. So enough is enough. We'll stop it there. The Knicks. Just back to them real quick. I'm with you. As great as everything is going right now, and I love it. It's exciting. No.
Don't get caught up.
No, I don't. I'm not stupid. I'm a very.
Insanity people.
I'm not.
Even during the losing streak, and now it's back. So. No. We'll see how it all turns out in a couple weeks. It's coming up real quick, so I'm real excited. I love the NBA playoffs. So.
Me too. And it's really, you're right, it only comes down to Chicago and Miami in the Eastern Conference. There's no other team that's going to come out of there. The Magic seem too dysfunctional.
Magic is a joke.
Yeah, they're a joke. And there's really no other teams out there that is going to beat either one of them, so I'm sure we'll see them in the Eastern Conference Finals, and I would have, in the beginning of the year, again, I said Miami, but I'm second guessing it a little bit right now. Chicago is that good. They just are.
They are that good, but the blueprint that I saw last year, I don't see how that can exist again this year, where they just lock Derrick Rose down and he shoots a horrible percentage, and then you're relying on a bunch of guys to score who maybe aren't ready for that, or who just, that's not them. They're going to be tough games, but I think in the end, if LeBron can lock Derrick Rose down, we might have a chance again. But every time he go on a little losing streak, I start doubting it and questioning the whole thing and hearing 6, 7, 8 in my head when I sleep. That's the usual.
Yeah, speaking of Derrick Rose real quick, last year's MVP, and he definitely earned it. Who's going to earn it this year? Closing it out the show real quick for the day. Right now, who do you think your MVP is? What do you got?
I said LeBron a couple weeks ago. I'm still going to say LeBron, but now I keep hearing there's
Homer! Excuse me. I'm sorry. I got choked up there. Homer. Go ahead. Who?
I'm feeling like there's a lot of push for Kevin Love right now. I'm reading like he's starting to get some momentum, so he might sneak in there and grab some votes. I've been reading a lot about he's putting up numbers that are just crazy. So that team is hanging around 500, but I'm still gonna just stick with LeBron, even though they've been losing a couple games. He still puts up the numbers. He still is probably the best defender in the league. So I'm gonna stick with him for now.
All right, it's a fair choice. Kevin Love is an awesome player, but you can't
I can see him sneaking some votes.
But he can't be an MVP if they're not even going to make the playoffs, which they're sitting at 25 and 27 right now, like you say, hovering around the 500 area. Even if they made it as an 8 or a 7, I don't know. As great as he is, you just can't do it. In my opinion, you usually give it to one of the top-ranked teams, and Kevin Durant is playing out of his mind. I actually picked him earlier in the year. I picked him preseason, but as the year went on, watching the Clippers, I said, you know what, Chris Paul's going to win this thing. Now I'm back to Durant again. Durant is just so damn clutch. He is so unreal on the offensive side of the ball, and he's getting better defensively. But he is just so good.
The one thing that the Heat, like, as good as they are on defense, Kevin Durant is pretty much uncoverable.
Uncoverable.
You can't cover this guy. So as good as you are at defense, when he decides he wants to hit 40, go for 40, there's nothing you're going to do about it.
Nothing you can do about it. He may weigh 42 pounds, but he'll put 42 points up on the board anytime.
All I hope is that him and Westbrook have some sort of fight on the court, and, we can take it from there.
Yeah. Well, we'll see.
Next Wednesday or Thursday, we'll see. We'll get a chance to play them here. So.
All right, well, we will see what happens, and it may be, again, an NBA Finals preview. We'll see. But for today, we're going to close it out. My man, thanks for coming in again with Thursdays with the Third. Ron Warner the Third, my man. I really appreciate it. Thanks for hanging in. I will catch up with you soon, my brother.
All right, I'm going to watch Heat Dallas.
All right, you go watch them. Let's go Dallas. All right, so again, that's the Root for Sports podcast. Again, check out the website, at www.rootforsports.com. Check out the Twitter handle, SportsProfit1. Getting a new bloggers union going. It's really up and coming. A lot of great writers. You can check out the Twitter handle also at Sports United Network. All right, check it out, guys. Thank you very much for checking in. I appreciate it. And we'll see you tomorrow. We're going to go live with some video action. I got the golden one coming back in, so we'll see you soon. Thanks for tuning in.